Again, listen for what you're not hearing. Not answering. It's just not convincing you beyond a reasonable doubt. The state had also mentioned that be open about somebody with felonies, and we would agree with that completely. But also listen to what there might be behind those. What motivation was there? What did they get benefits from anything for saying something? I'm sorry, sir. Were you stretching? Oh, okay. My apologies. I thought you did. So make sure you're examining everything for what you're not hearing as well, because everything isn't always what it seems. The evidence is going to show you that this was not some necessarily family-friendly affair going on that night, depending on how you look at it. But people were drinking. They're hanging out. Mr. Scheidemann, Lisa's boyfriend, she had known for 10 days. My mom went. They're hanging out with her son in the room when all of them know. There's more to the story. Listen for what you're hearing, how it's said, and also, again, for what you're not hearing. This also happened a really long time ago, for what it's worth, 5 years ago. Quite a while for memories. And I'm sure everybody's memory is affected differently. Take that into consideration too, because they're going to show you what they remember, and sometimes different stories were told prior to that. They're going to have a chance to explain why they might have said something different. It's up to you to determine what the evidence is going to show you in the long run, but also look for what is not right in front of you. Because they're not always that reason. You're going to hear about the fight between Lionel and Chad. In fact, Mr. Archer is still missing a tooth. He hasn't smiled because he's missing his tooth, but he is missing a tooth from the fight still today. So you're going to hear evidence about how that went down from all the people that were there. Take into account the